video, I'm going to teach you the turnaround scale so you know exactly what you can play over a turnaround. Now this is coming from the great Ted Ludwig. We recently had him for a masterclass inside Chase's Guitar Academy. And we have a couple more planned with him as well. So we're gonna go through some examples from him and then a few more things from me that he just didn't have time to explain, a few other examples. This will help you play through what a lot of intermediate jazz guitarists find difficult. This last part of a tune called the turnaround. And a lot of times this is difficult because we have different chords every 2 beats. So we have E minor 7, A7, D minor 7, G7, if we're playing a song in the key of C. Now, with Ted, we were going through Yardbird Suite, which is in the key of C, so he's walking us through how to play over this turnaround. And he has this idea that he calls the turnaround scale, which isn't really a scale, it's a combination of 3 different scales that we'll go through. And by thinking of the whole thing as its own sound though, treating it in this scalar fashion, we're not going to create chords off of this, but we're going to play it in a scalar way. It gets us through the harmony of this turnaround. There's a lot of different examples. So let's check out this first example from Ted.
But check this out. If we go... Listen to that sound.
So that's the same thing I played at the beginning. That's this turnaround scale. And the first part of it is coming from the D harmonic minor scale. So starting on D, D, E, F, G, A, B flat. So we have that flat 6, and we also have the major 7th. That's what gives it that harmonic minor sound, kind of an exotic sound. Okay, so that's the scale that will fit over this E minor 7 and A7 portion. That's because the D harmonic minor wants to go back to D minor, and that's where that part of that 2-5 goes. It goes to D minor. What's really important there are the 2 notes B flat and C sharp. If we think about this in the context of the A7, that C sharp is the 3rd, and the B flat is the flat 9. So it gives you that tension. If I play that A7 flat 9, you really hear that. Okay, so then we go to D minor, and what Ted plays here is from D Dorian. So starting on this F, just from D Dorian or C major scale. And then lastly, for the G7 part, Ted thinks about this as coming from G altered scale. So that gives us this resolution. Very common 4-note pattern. I've talked about it a million times on this channel. It can come from melodic minor, it can come from diminished as well. But it gets us to our resolution, in this case, the 3rd for C major. Cool. So that's just the very first way you can play this turnaround scale. What gets interesting here is what Ted does next though. And he plays through a few different examples, which I'll show you right now with the tab and music notation. If you guys want the tab and music notation for this, just join the Jazz Guitar Vault down below and you can get this PDF for free. So Ted's next example sounds like this.
And then we can... And there's our resolution.
He also played this great example where he jumps up really high, kind of changes the octave with a pivot. Sounds like this.
You can go...
And then this example as well, which uses the E flat from the G altered scale. So these are all great examples and you can check them out and practice them down below. A couple other points I really want to emphasize for you guys to really flesh this out so you can use this scale, this turnaround scale. The first thing is you don't have to start from this G, or the 3rd of the 3 chord. We can also try starting this idea from different parts of the 3 chord. So this is what it would sound like if we started on the root of E minor 7 and still maintain those different scales and still maintain a descending scalar pattern. So you'll notice when we start on the root of the 3 chord, we end on the root of the 1 chord. And when we started on the 3rd of the 3 chord, we ended on the 3rd of the 1 chord. So if we start on the 3rd, we'll end on the 3rd in this kind of scale pattern method. If we start on the root, end on the root. Let's try it now from the 5th. So I really recommend practicing this from those different spots because you'll get a feel for that turnaround scale across the entire fretboard within whatever key you're working on. Now another point here that's really important, I don't know if you noticed, all of these so far really have a descending kind of feel to them. And that's because this tension inherent in this pattern goes downward, it descends. But we can also use the idea of this turnaround scale in an ascending way. And I have a few examples for you with this that use more of arpeggios into scale patterns. So I'll play the first one for you now. So we have this E minor 7 arpeggio. For the A7, I'm really just trying to focus on that B flat and C sharp, like I said. And then once I get to the D minor, I'm thinking D Dorian, just down the scale, ending with this 4-note pattern to get to our resolution point. All right, let's look at another example. So you might have noticed in this example, we're using only arpeggios. E minor 7, then we have this diminished arpeggio off C sharp, into D minor 7, coming down, and then another 7 flat 9 or diminished arpeggio from this B to resolve to G. So you can take this idea of the turnaround scale, the same notes, same groups of notes for each of those scales, but apply it in a way that uses more arpeggios. What about if we want to ascend with the scale though? Well, we can do it in this way. So in that example, I'm just ascending from D harmonic minor, from D. We get that E to F, kind of a delayed resolution there. And then that only skip right there, that F to D. So we don't come back down F to E. We do that because then we can land on B natural for that exact ending resolution we want to make this sound correct. And if you stuck around till the end, Ted actually talks about another scale he calls the secret scale. If you guys want me to do a lesson on that, breaking down all the different ways he uses it, I'll put a short clip of him playing right now.
A thing I call the secret scale. And it's not really a scale, and it's really just like a hybrid. It's this. It's the easiest thing in the world to play on guitar, but man, I get a lot of use out of it because it's easy to play and it fits like this E flat 9. Just have to do some sequential things with it, but and I use it as sort of I'm playing that against the F. Oh, I'm sorry, against the E flat 9. So it's just this. Simple. But watch how it sounds. You know, so if I get
If you want to learn how he's doing that, what the secret scale is, just comment below secret scale, and maybe I'll do a lesson on that next if we get enough comments with that. See you guys in the next video.